Hello everyone!
I am Kristine Agatha Bernal.
And I am Violeta RUSTIA.
So today we are going to share to you some of the important informations about the sport table tennis.
And at the same time, we're going to demonstrate on how to play, officiate, and the scoring in table tennis. So, let's start?
Good day everyone. So I am Kristine Agatha Bernal. So today let me first share to you the introduction to the sport ping pong. Table tennis, or also called ping pong, ball game similar in principle to lawn tennis and played on a flat table divided into two equal courts by a net fixed across its width at the middle. So the object is to hit the ball so that it goes over the net and bounces on the opponent's half of the table in such a way that the opponent cannot reach it or return it correctly. So as we can see, the way players passes the ping pong ball to his or her opponent, we sometimes encounter an effect or the what we call effectus if I'm not mistaken. And this is to fulfill his or her need to win a score. Let us now talk about the history about the game table tennis. So the game was invented in England in the early days of the 20th century and was originally called ping pong, and it is a trade name. So bago po siya makilala o nakasanayang tawaging table tennis, it is known first as a ping pong game. The name table tennis was just adopted in 1921 to 22 when the old Ping Pong Association, formed in 1902, was revived, because the original association had broken up about 1905, though apparently the game continued to be played in parts of England outside London, and by the 1920s it was being played in many countries, which is led by the representatives of Germany, Hungary, and England. The Federación Internacional de Table de Tennis, or the International Table Tennis Federation, was founded in 1926, and the founding members being, o yung mga naging katuwang in making or founding this, were England, Sweden, Hungary, India, Denmark, Germany, Czechoslovakia, Austria, and Wales. And by the mid-1990s, more than 165 national associations were members. Let me share something to you about the sport table tennis. So did you know that the first World Championships were held in London in 1926? And from then, 1929, the game was dominated by players from Central Europe, the men's team event being won 9 times by Hungary and twice by Czechoslovakia. So as we can see, from 1926 to 1939, ang mas nangibabaw sa laro na to, which is the ping pong or the table tennis game, ay mga players all the way from the Central Europe, specifically sa Hungary and Czechoslovakia. And in the mid-1950s, Asia emerged as a breeding ground of champions, and from that time, the individual and team events, which is for both men and women, have been dominated by athletes from China. And in this time, tsaka lang po nagkaroon ng different events under this game, which is the what we called individual and team event, where players needed to unite for double event. And in 1980, the first World Cup was held in Guiyuwa of China, won the $12,500, which is the first prize. In table tennis became an Olympic sport in 1988 with singles and doubles competition for men and women. So this is Guiyuwa. Let us now have the equipment, the rules, and the play of the game. First, all the equipments that we will be needing in playing this sport. We have the table and net. Next, we have the racket and of course the ping pong ball. Table tennis equipment is relatively simple and inexpensive, meaning to say it is not that hard for us to provide it or its equipment, and it will not cost too much money. So let's talk about first the table. The table is rectangular, showing a 9 by 5 feet or 2.74 meter, which is its length or haba, by 1.5 meters, which is its width or yung lapad ng lamesa. Its upper surface level is 30 inches or 76 centimeter above the floor, o yung taas niya mula sa sahig para maitama lang sa manlalaro. The net is 6 feet or 1.83 meters long, or yung lapad niya and haba, and its upper edge along the whole length is 6 inches or 15.25 centimeters above the playing surface. Ito naman yung taas ng net at makikita naman po natin kung gaano lamang kababa ang net para sa laro nito. So this is the net looks like. The paddle or the blade. So this is the paddle, or also known as a racket. This is usually made of wood and is flat and rigid and may be covered with a thin layer of ordinary stippled rubber, which may be laid over a thin layer of sponge rubber and may have the pimples reversed. So whatever combination is used, each of the two sides of paddle must be different in color. So as we can see, the usual paddle or racket colors, we have the red, and at the other side, it should be black. And lastly, we have the ball. The ball, which is spherical and hollow, meaning hindi daw po siya perfect circle and was once made of white celluloid. So when we say celluloid, it is a plastic material that they are using to make a ping pong ball. But according to what I have read, the manufacturing setting celluloid is highly flammable, and its production had almost ended by the 1940s, as it was replaced by less volatile materials or those less dangerous materials. But in the 21st century, celluloid is still used in the manufacture of table tennis balls. Maybe the reason is that maliit lang naman at manipis ang bola ng table tennis, kaya pinayagan pa rin silang i-continue ang pagmamanufacture nito. So the ball, which may be colored white, yellow, or orange. It weighs about 0.09 ounce or 2.7 grams and has a diameter of about 1.6 inches or 4 centimeter. And that is all about the equipment that is needed to play this sport. Let's now proceed to the official rules of table tennis. First, we have games are played to 11 points. In table tennis, games are played to 11 points. So this means that the first person to reach 11 points wins, except in the case of a 10-10 or a tie. In this circumstance, one person will have to win 2 consecutive rallies in order to win the game. That means kapag nagkaroon ng time or tie, there will be another 2 rallies that is needed to be scored by a player to win. A match is generally the best 3 of 5 games. Halimbawa, ang unang naka-11 points is red, then meron na siyang 1 win. At halimbawa naman, nakahabol ang blue team, nakauna naman siya maka-11 points for the second game, then they both have their wins. Iisa na silang win. And for the third game, doon na magkakatalo. Doon na mas umiinit ang laban at nakaka-tense. And the third game, kung sino ang makauna na makataas ng points, then siya yung magiging champion. Second is alternate serves every 2 points. So each side of the table alternates serving 2 points at a time. Pero dito po karaniwan sa atin magkakaroon ng salita na serving after 2 serves whether you scored or not. As long as nakapag-serve ka na ng dalawa, then it's time for your opponent to serve. So there is an exception for this. After a tied or 10-10 or the what we call the deuce, service alternates at every point. Can you lose? The question is, can you lose on a serve in ping pong? Yes, there is no separate rule for serving on game point. So third, we have toss the ball straight up when serving. Now, how do you serve the ball in ping pong? Hold the ball in your open palm behind your end of the table, toss straight up and strike it on the way down. Fourth is the serve can land anywhere in singles, so there is no restriction on where the ball lands on your side or your opponent's side of the table. It can bounce 2 or more times on your opponent's side, and if so, that's your point. Kasi kailangan isang bounce lang kada lagpak sa side. Fifth is doubles serves must go right court to court. So the serve must bounce in the service right court and reserve's right court. Note, landing on center line is fair. So in doubles, partners switch places after their team serves twice. Ito yung nature na right to right ang service, and after the 2 service ng isang team, magpapalit sila ng pwesto para both members of the team ay makapag-serve, and one way rin siya para makahabol ng points, lalo na kapag kinakailangan. Next is serve that touches the net on the way over is a let. So during a serve, if the ball hits the net but still bounces on the opponent's side of the table, the point is a let, so which means it needs to be replayed. Next is alternate hitting in a double rally. So doubles partners must alternate hit balls in a rally, so no matter where the ball lands on the table. As simple as salitan silang papalo sa bola hanggang sa makapanalo sila ng puntos. Next is volleys are not allowed. So can you hit the ball before it bounces in ping pong? The answer is no. In regular tennis, you may volley the ball or hitting the ball before it bounces on your side of the net, just like in volleyball. Ganon kasi nilalaro or ang way ng paglalaro ng volleyball. But in table tennis, this results in a point for your opponent. Kaya kinakailangan na mag-bounce muna ito sa table ng side mo or sa side mo bago mo ito paluin pabalik sa kalaban. Next is touching the ball with your paddle hand is allowed. So what happens if the ball hits your finger or hand during the ping pong rally? Now, if the ball touches your paddle hand and otherwise results in a legal hit, there is no rule violation and play shall continue as normal as long as hawak mo ang racket or paddle mo kahit nasa daliri mo ito tumama or ang bola tumama, pag hit mo pabalik sa kalaban at nakapasok pa rin sa side niya, puntos mo pa rin yon. Your paddle hand includes all fingers and hand area below the wrist. But what if the ball touches a player's body anywhere else during a ping pong rally? Now, you may not touch the ball with your non-paddle hand for any reason. So, kailangan racket or paddle lamang ang ipang-serve or pang-hit natin ng bola, or else it will result in a point to your opponent. 10. You may not touch the table with your non-paddle hand. Yes, you should always be reminded with this one. So you may touch the ball or the table with your paddle hand, or dapat hawak lamang ang raketa after a short serve, for example. Lastly, an edge ball bouncing off the horizontal table top surface is still considered as good. An otherwise legal serve or hit may contact the top edge of the horizontal table top surface and be counted as valid, even if it bounces sideways. Ito po minsan yung natatawag nilang save by the bell. Yes, kasi parang last chance na lang, nag-edge pa, but since it is still considered as good and is counted, you can still win the game. let's talk about the health benefits of table tennis. So we have improving hand-eye coordination, improving reflexes, it burns calories, it's a social sport, it keeps your brain sharp, and lastly, it improves balance. Did you know that it improves hand-eye coordinator? Because an intense game of table tennis stimulates mental alertness and concentration and develops mental acuity. And it also improves reflexes because due to the fast-paced, short-distance nature of the sport, both gross and fine muscle movements are improved. And it also burns calories. If you hate or not able to go into the gym, try table tennis instead. It's a fun and easy way to burn calories. And it's also a social sport because social interaction is very important for mental health. In a world so connected through technology, people are feeling more and more disconnected from each other. And play ping pong or table tennis can serve as a pastime also. And it keeps your brain sharp because it is a highly aerobic, uses both the upper and lower body, and is great for eye-hand coordination and reflexes. And did you know that it improves balance? Because staying balanced and being able to quickly change direction is key to being a good table tennis player. And the more you play, the more you can improve your sense of balance that will let you a lot of not just in playing table tennis but also in some important things.
What's up, everyone? Again, I am VIOLETA RUSTIA. At this point, I am going to demonstrate or to show to you the three shots and spin in table tennis. We have the backspin, the forehand smash, and the backhand topspin. So let's start with the backspin. In backspin, you should be handling the paddle or the racket like this. It's like you're pinching the grip like this. And this is how you do it. Next, we have the forehand smash. In forehand smash, you should hold the racket like this. And this is how you do it. And the last one is the backhand topspin. In backhand topspin, hold the paddle like this. And this is how you do it. So hi guys! Now we're done with the video presentation about the important information in table tennis.
And we hope that you have learned also something from this video presentation that we prepared just for you. Till next time, bye!